annual pie eating contest and bake sale. It's a pie appreciation extravaganza. We have a bong competition, a bong show-off going on today. If you brought your glass and you want to win a prize, bring it over to this table here. Show it off, hit it. We're going to take a picture of you. You'll get some cool swag as a result. We're taking donations. We promise we'll use all the money for radical cannabis activism.
5 minutes.
We're 5 minutes out from 420. Are you Dave Dowling?
Yes.
Up next, we're 5 minutes to 420. I'd like to introduce you Dave Dowling. Dave ran for mayor of Edmonton in the last campaign. He placed third. He also runs the Marijuana Party of Alberta. And I think he straddles the fine line between wearing a suit and being a damn dirty long hair. Dave Dowling, everyone.
Thanks for that introduction. Yes, I've run for mayor, trying to get these people to change the laws. I've ran for member of parliament, trying to get them to change these laws. I've also run provincially for MLA, trying to get them to change these laws. That's the only way the laws will change, is if people are elected that got the Trudeaus hanging between their legs to actually change the laws. Guess you could also say the Laytons hanging between their legs too. Because those Conservatives and Wild Rose members, I don't know what they got hanging between their legs, but they just seem to want to lock people up and taser them over marijuana. And that's why it's important that you get out there and vote 3 days from now on Monday. Show them that they better legalize it. Vote. If everybody here took 10 friends to the polls, and those 10 friends took even just 5 friends, we'd affect the election. If you all voted for the NDP, who seem to have a reasonable marijuana laws and stuff on their party platform, there's no way I would vote for the Conservatives. Harper's a Conservative, and he brought in the omnibus crime bill where there's mandatory minimums if you're caught with marijuana. Mandatory minimums. He didn't just declare war on everybody here, he declared war on the judges too. Harper's taking away a long-honored common law tradition called judicial discretion. Judges have had that forever. We're 3 minutes away from 420. The Wild Rose, well, apparently the Wild Rose, they're all former PCers. I call them Ellison Smith and Daniel Redford. There's no difference. They're both prohibitionist parties that want to lock everybody here up for marijuana. That's sad. That's pathetic. Because it looks like a lot of Alberta rural is going to vote for them, which is sad. Rural Alberta could prosper growing hemp for toilet paper, let alone the thousands of other products. 3 days, Monday. Bring ID down to the polls. 2 pieces of ID. You can go on the web and get the number if you don't know where to vote and phone them. Get 10 friends to go vote. Tell those 10 friends to get 10 friends to vote. And vote for the NDP. Or if you're in Raz Sherman's riding, maybe vote for him too. The other parties, I've looked at their platforms, they don't really have anything about marijuana on their platforms, or even hemp. Actually, they don't have much of anything on their platforms. I have to say at this point that I am not associated with the NDP in any way, shape, or form. The last registered political party I was associated with was the Marijuana Party of Canada. What's the time?
Don't know.
We're a minute away from 420 here in Alberta. call. Everybody's ready to make a big, huge cloud. Roll towards those prohibitionists that want to lock you all up over marijuana.
Read the time on your phone?
Yep.
Make sure you vote. It's 4:20. And I'd like to remind you all that there's another very, very important 420 3 days from now, when you can all vote. And in my opinion, I'm not associated in any way, shape, or form with any of the political parties in this election. And my opinion is vote for the NDP. Unless you live like in Raz Sherman's riding, then you might want to vote for him. Or maybe even the Alberta Party leader's riding, you might want to vote for him. But anywhere else, 3 days from now, vote for the NDP. That's my opinion on this election. And I've run in 6 elections as a candidate. So I have a pretty good experienced opinion on this election. I can honestly say that. Look at that cloud going up. And in another 59 minutes, it'll be 4:20 in BC. I'd like to thank you all for showing up here. And I'd like to thank the people who let me grab this mic and yak at you. The first Saturday in May, there's also a rally. And tomorrow at the courthouse is Law Day. It's the 30th anniversary of Law Day. It's open from 9:30 in the morning till 3:30 in the afternoon. Law Day at the courthouse. It's free, and you can go there. They got all kinds of booths where you can ask them, why isn't marijuana legal? And you can ask them, does that precedent that just happened in the BC court, where they struck down the law saying medical people can't have brownies to eat, ask him if that law is applicable here. Ask him if that striking down of the law by the BC Supreme Court, ask them if that has a domino effect and strikes down the rest of the marijuana laws. I don't know, does it? Go to Law Day tomorrow at the courthouse and ask them if it does. Thank you all very much.
Here, you want to hold up there?
Good afternoon, wait a second.
Tell Brian Mason.
Good afternoon, folks. I'm your weed jig. And I'll be spinning a couple of disco tracks for you guys today. And here's my...
Hello, my name's Ken, and
Hey man, you want to know something really
Dave
funny?
is a
What?
buddy of mine.
University, right?
He took over as the marijuana party leader
rounds through my
for
university.
me. I used to be the marijuana
I'm kind
party
of sitting there
leader
before
before
they're all
that.
setting up and whatnot.
And
Long story short, they were putting the conservative
I,
members at the very front row so that they got.
we used to have a store down across the street from the courthouse.
Christian with Redford.
And we
Transmission
grew marijuana in the window.
The UK studies are saying that causes like leukemia,
And we,
suicide, depression.
sold
ridiculous
marijuana
shit.
cigarettes, marijuana
Yeah, they're putting it over
paraphernalia.
top of an elementary school, which is the worst
And,
part. I told her, I'm like, you said that you're looking for the future.
It was
and
pretty
your
cool.
future involves your kids.
Now,
Your kids in elementary
eventually,
school, and there's
some
like a CCTV
unfortunate
with his
robbery
camera
shut
right
us
there.
down.
She
Who
fucking
knows
looked at me so pissed off. Now she's
some
just
people
like,
robbed us. It's in
any
a
other
bad part of
questions?
town.
Just went right
But
past
the
me.
thing is, we did that for a year across the street from the courthouse downtown here in Edmonton. And then after that, I ran into Jack Layton. He was introduced to me by a fellow by the name of Tucker Gomberg. He used to be a city councilor here in Edmonton, and used to be my boss as well. Well, his wife actually, but that was, you know, supporting all this environmental stuff that Tucker was advocating for. And I got to be convinced that rejoining the NDP, which is the party that I supported before I was in the marijuana party, was a good idea. So I went back to the NDP, and now I support a faction of the NDP called End Prohibition. And if you look at the first four letters in End Prohibition, it's ENDP. So anyway, that's what that's about. One of the most important things that you can ever learn about the marijuana laws goes like this. And I'm sure that this is almost too simple for some people, but it goes like this. There's this phrase in Latin called consensus facit legem. What it means is that what is legal, like the marijuana laws, only becomes lawful by consent. And that's true if the marijuana laws are of civil jurisdiction. And this court case called Regina versus Hauser, and also confirmed by another one called Regina versus Baldessaro, the laws against marijuana are civil in nature. So because of consensus facit legem, because what is legal only becomes the law by consent is true, you have an opportunity to refuse the marijuana laws. And all you have to do is say, "Excuse me, officer, I refuse your offer." The marijuana laws are consensual. Consensus facit legem. What is legal only becomes lawful by consent. And if you actually say that to the police officer, he'll have to leave you alone. I know that sounds weird, but everything I've learned about the law says that is the way to beat the marijuana laws on an immediate, everyday, here and now, democratic sort of way. So anyway, I just told you how to beat the marijuana laws. I hope some of you caught it. And I'm really, really, really happy that we have this marvelous 420 festival here in Edmonton. I think we can all be really, really proud of ourselves and proud of Edmonton that we can do this. Thank you very much.
Turn it over to the music guy.
Beautiful. Thanks, Dave. I'm Todd.
Dave.
Tad, Wild Todd. Whatever.
Okay, yes, I've seen you on a bunch of stuff on Facebook.
It's mostly
it whited out there a couple of times.
It does.
I think I was getting the white out from that back.
I know, guys, it doesn't stop. We're going to get